See? You pray, you think. Who knows? Adelle Nazarian, Fox News, ladies and gentlemen. Fox News.
From Los Angeles, it's your weekly news report for both of the two Americas. It's Conservatively Unplugged with Judd Dunning.
You're on my show, by the way, so let's introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, Red and Magenta Nation, Blue Nation, welcome. May I be a gentleman? Thank you so much. I'll carry your purse.
It's very heavy.
That's all right, I'm good. This is Adelle Nazarian. She's a news correspondent. I've seen you on Fox News. She's now working at Breitbart, which is, I'm carrying a very heavy purse, but if I wasn't, her purse, by the way, if I wasn't Breitbart, I would bow to the power of Breitbart, because what they're doing is they're taking conservatives and they're saying, hey, you know what? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, yo, and see if you're really looking at a conservative principle to keep your nation on path. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It is, and it's not just conservatives. I think that we've woken up, constituents all across the political spectrum. They're coming out of the woodworks. They're realizing, wow, what we're doing here is really reporting the truth, a truth that the mainstream media often neglects and tries to, you see an article, for example, and you'll see a headline that says so-and-so. Then you read into the heart, the meat of the story midway through, where most people don't even get that far in.
Right.
That's the truth, and it's buried, a buried lead, like to say. So we like to bring those buried leads to the surface and make them the main story.
So you were just on the Bernie
I was
tour?
covering Bernie Sanders.
Okay, so are you a liberal, moderate? Where do you fall? You're a millennial.
I'm a millennial.
Yes.
So it's fantastic. You look great.
No,
Both of us
kidding.
do. I actually do not necessarily reveal my political leaning.
Right. So you want to keep as much neutrality as you can.
But I will say this about Bernie Sanders. I did happen to pick a candidate to cover. I was very lucky to be able to choose. Just to challenge myself and to see how objective I could be in my reporting.
Yeah.
And I think I've done a pretty awesome job at it.
After you, because chivalry is not dead. And if it was back, America might have a few more principles.
How's your hand?
Anyway, no, I'm doing great, darling. I'm doing my 10th set with Adele's purse. I don't like Bernie. I'll tell you why. I don't like socialism. I think he played into the distaste for Obama, like everybody did. So you had Trump playing against the distaste for Obama, and then you have Bernie playing against the distaste for Obama, and I think it was very electable. Socialism versus braggadocio power policy, really. And I think that people have fallen into those extremes because we've had an unhappy period with the current policies. But he's a Jew. I like that. And I think it's funny because, I'm very pro-Israel. I have Jewish children. I just got them bat mitzvahed at the wall.
Mazal tov.
Thank you. And what was so amazing is that, it really wasn't a focal point. But it was also as big an event as Obama potentially becoming president was a Jew running. It's interesting. And it was de-emphasized.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I think it was de-emphasized because his Israel policy isn't necessarily as hawkish or as defensive of the Jewish state as other candidates who haven't been Jewish, who have been evangelical Christians, or who have been, Democrats or Republicans have been. He gave a platform to, I think, the Palestinian people that is unfortunately, they're under the guidance of Hamas, which is a terrorist entity. And with that being said, he's gained a lot of support from the Muslim community and people who see the struggle of the Palestinian people as being the struggle of the Muslims at large.
Right.
And so he's not the traditional Jewish candidate, and that's why I think he's downplayed it a bit. But I agree with you. He's a really genuine person in terms of his sincerity, in terms of his political revolution that he wants to wage, and that he's really done a great job getting people off the ground. And as he said himself, I don't think Bernie Sanders came into this believing that he would actually win the mantle of the Democratic nomination. I think that what he had in mind is starting a movement that will be, the effects of which will be growing and trickling down long after this 2016 election takes place.
Hey, everyone, it's been a real pleasure to have Adelle, and thank you for coming to Conservatively Unplugged at Politicon 2016.